What is going on, future millionaires? So today we're going to be talking with EMP Money and their new passive income NFTs that is going to be helping out the Detonator as well. And for those that's been following me, you guys know I'm in EMP and specifically the Detonator itself. So I'm definitely excited to be talking with AJ. He's backstage getting his camera together, which will give people time to come in as well. So let me know how the audio and the video is coming in as well while we're waiting on AJ, which is the lead dev of EMP Money, get his camera and everything together. Let me know how the audio and the video is coming in. Look like we got quite a few people. We got Crypto Babe looking forward to this. We got Vino Mystic, let's go. Can't wait. Fire emojis. Yeah, bangs. Woo, woo. So yeah, it looks like the EMP Money is coming in pretty strong, potato. Yo, virtual hug. Appreciate the love. Yeah, Banks. Videos looking sharp. Appreciate the feedback, everyone. So yeah. So AJ's still backstage getting everything together. And for people that may not know about EMP Money, there he is right there. So AJ, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you on, brother.
Awesome. Yeah, guys. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfect, man.
All right, bro. Thanks, man. Thanks for being patient. I got my hands full today. I'm a new dad, so we just welcomed my first daughter into the world. I have a
Congratulations.
son. Thank you, brother. And so
Yeah.
on top of that, they're remodeling our house, so we have room for the baby. So forgive me for any background noise and the very plain background today. But yeah, man. No, I'm happy to be here again. I'm a longtime follower of your channel. Shout out to Drip and all the channels that your protocols that you're involved in, and EMP again, Mike. I mean, you're an OG now, bro, and you've been covering EMP and in EMP for a while now. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but and I know that you have a nice detonator position, and yeah, man, we're gonna drop some alpha. We're gonna talk about these new NFTs and everything that we got going on. But yeah, I don't know if you wanted me to start with maybe kind of a high level overview, or and then we can go from there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So before we get all the way into the NFTs, for the people that may just be kind of new to EMP Money, kind of go from it from an elevator top level view, AJ, of kind of like what is EMP Money for the investors out there that may be a little bit unaware.
Yeah, totally. So we are a seniorage protocol on the BNB network. So what seniorage is basically a fancy word for inflation, and this model was made very popular by Tomb Finance. Tomb was kind of the one to really popularize it. There was a lot for the real OGs. There was a lot of seniorage or algorithmic projects that had even bigger TVL than Tomb years ago with Base and Soup, to name a few. But anyway, I was always really intrigued with the seniorage economics, and it's one of the only protocols where everybody can win. And I know that sounds, very too good to be true, but the way the protocol scales, and through our reward token, which is eShare, you're able to take profit in our protocol and benefit from the inflation as we continue to grow. So, at a high level overview, again, it is a seniorage model pegged to the price of Ethereum. So, we're pegged 4,000 to 1 ratio, 4,000 EMP equals 1 Ethereum. So, once we are at peg, right now we're a little bit below peg, and again, a lot of people use that as a negative. And yes, obviously we want to be at peg, but through our economics, we have really made this much more sustainable than other tomb forks. We're going on 11 months now of paying yield every day. It may not be the sexiest yield, but it is a yield nonetheless. And with that, again, we're building for sustainability, and we have many, many plans, of which we'll get into today, of how to recover peg, how to maintain peg, and once that happens, that's when you'll see a major, major increase in the value of eShare and the value of our protocol overall, as we get back to that ratio. So, and again, bro, Mike, when there's blood in the streets, now is the opportunity, brother. So again, we're not going anywhere. Being below peg could be a really good opportunity to accumulate during this bear market, to where when ETH does come back and we do get back to peg, there are really big gains to be had.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so the fact that one thing I like that you talk about is the fact that you may not have the most sexiest yield, but the fact that regardless what's going on in the market, EMP money, the ecosystem, is still able to pay out that sustainable yield. And I think that's important from a long-term perspective.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. I mean, even now we're paying the lowest part of our. There's like 10 ways to earn in our ecosystem. So even the lowest yield in our ecosystem is still about 0.15% daily. And that's been an all-time low. We were, when we first launched, you know, we were competing with that zero point 0.8 to 1% a day in a sustainable way, because again, and not to get too much in the weeds, but we pay our yield in our reward token eShare, and eShare always has an inherent value, because the only way for us to mint new EMP, again that inflation that we discussed, is that you have to own eShare. So by owning eShare, that is the value and utility of eShare itself. And once we get back to peg and the boardroom turns on again, the APR on that can be in the 1,000% range. So that's why eShare is so valuable, and that is why we are able to be sustainable, because as long as eShare doesn't go to zero, and we can continually pay it out through our emissions.
Well said, well said. So let's go ahead and jump into the NFTs, and we'll kind of unpack how the detonator works as well as we're diving into those NFTs. So I have it pulled up here as well, which I think will kind of help you
Yeah,
out
that
as
will
well.
help. Yeah,
So give
absolutely,
me one
brother.
second
Yeah.
here. But yeah, and also if the community, if you have any questions regarding anything that's been talked about, please don't hesitate. Go ahead and let us know, and we will do our best to get your question answered. Can you see my screen? Okay, AJ.
Yeah, bro, we're good to go. So, yep, that's the white paper, and yeah, we can go into all this, because again, it's a lot to unpack. But bear with me. You may have to watch the video over, get those numbers up for Mike. Anyway, on the view count. But yeah, this will explain everything. And yeah, so we launched our detonator style contract, and this has been a major, major success in DeFi. It has really become one of the most sustainable ROI contracts ever made. And we built the contract from the ground up. My developer Jake is, again, I'm the team lead. I help with a lot of the game theory, but I don't actually write code. So we collaborated on this for months. Jake had this kind of built through a previous ROI contract called Glass, and that is still functioning even today, 2 years later. And so we built on top of that, and made things even more sustainable and more attractive. And so we released this detonator, what we call the detonator, and it is our glorified ROI contract where um, you put up EMP ETH LP. You are then rewarded in EMP ETH LP over time. And the idea is that you get up to 365% more than what you put in over time. And so, unfortunately, we're not immune to the bear market. And so we have seen the pool balance of detonator go down over the last few months. And, everything happens in cycles. So even if you're continuing, to compound in detonator, you will eventually increase your pool share of the contract, to where when it goes back up again, you're getting even more daily burst. So again, I get that some people might be frustrated with detonator, but it is really really powerful when you fully know how the system works. And I know some other YouTubers, they just did videos on getting into detonator now on their own, because they know that we're probably closer to a bottom than a top. So all that being said, the number one criticism of Detonator is that you have to compound or claim every day. And so that is part of our game theory, where if you do not compound or claim in a 24-hour cycle, those rewards are given back to the pool. And as from an investor standpoint, you don't lose out on that those funds. It just delays your ROI by that day or however long you miss the compound. And by doing this, not only does it increase our engagement, where literally we have thousands of people that are going to the detonator every day, um, so it's amazing for engagement, but it also makes the contract even more sustainable because the yield is staying in the contract. So all that being said, when people miss the compound, it can get very frustrating. So we wanted to launch a solution with detonator defenders that is the best of both worlds. So what we do is it's an NFT. We're going to be minting on December 13th at 8 a.m. Eastern, and they're $300 a piece. And we use those funds to go into Detonator through a series of smart contracts. So we're not managing your funds for you. All this is done trustlessly through a smart contract and non-custodial. But we're able to go into Detonator. We're able to also activate the Win It Now button. And so this is another part of the contract that allows large depositors to get a matching bonus on their deposit. So you have to have a massive bag to be able to do it. But if you can deposit, there you go, brother. Yep. If you deposit 2% of the overall pool balance, you get a 100% matching bonus. So by pooling all the funds through Detonator Defender, we're able to activate that bonus, and all the rewards then are distributed to everybody that holds these NFTs. So not only is it a way to maximize your yield through lottery tickets, which we'll talk about in a minute as well, but also the Win It Now. But now you don't have to worry about compounding every day because the smart contract will do it for you. So again, we use a 5-2 strategy as well, which makes things very sustainable. We always say to compound more than you claim. Um, and so that's where we get the 5-2 from. That means you compound 5 days a week and claim 2 days a week. And we apply that on a daily basis with this. So 70% of the rewards are compounded, and 30% of the rewards are distributed to all of you. And if you hold the NFT, you get your yield in EMP ETH LP. So you're actually generating real Ethereum by getting one of these, which again is even more bullish. So yeah.
So, quick
So
question for
go
you, real
ahead, bro.
quick,
Yep.
just to unpack a little bit. So, when you get
Yeah, I
your
know it's a lot.
EMP, so when you get your EMP and ETH LP token, now I know you mentioned on one of the recent live streams when you first announced the Defender NFTs that the yield would be somewhere around 0.4%. Is that still accurate?
Yeah, so the point four was from our Sentinel Squadron NFTs. We're hoping that the yield on these is somewhere in the point 0.2 to 0.25 range. So, and all that is calculated on current market conditions. So if ETH doubles or triples, that will also double or triple the yield. So that's another really important factor. And APR is the average of the year. So again, we may see it go down. Who knows? I mean, the market may continue to drop, but all the while you're still accumulating actual Ethereum. So the other half of the LP is EMP, and we have many ways to utilize the EMP ETH LP as well. So, for instance, you get yield from these NFTs. You can then use the EMP ETH LP to go back into Detonator on your own and generate more tickets, or you can put it on the farm and yield from your yield, basically. So it's a win-win for everybody. And the other thing about tickets is we also have a built-in lottery functionality where, depending on how much you compound or deposit into Detonator, you are eligible for tickets. And these tickets give away a lottery prize, literally upwards of $10,000 every single day. And so, yeah, it's massive. I mean, right now, again, with prices down, what about 8,000? But when, yeah, I mean, it's a massive way to reward those that are, participating in, the most ideal way possible. And so, with that being said, um, by going into the Detonator Defender NFTs, we're actually utilizing up to 5 wallets. So you actually maximize your chances of winning the lottery, this pool, so to speak, does, because now when you win the lottery, more of the rewards go to all of you holding the NFTs. And it's also bullish for everybody in Detonator already because there could be another $1 million getting put into Detonator, which would increase everybody's daily burst. And if that pool does win the lottery, because we're compounding more than we are claiming, the lottery wins will actually help bolster the pool on the long run. So again, I know there's a lot, Mike. Please interrupt me anytime
Yeah,
to
so
clarify, bro. Yeah.
quick to unpack. So, and it makes sense what you're saying. So basically, also, so the NFTs is going to be its own separate utility, but it's still going to be combined with the detonator pool. Is that correct or incorrect?
Exactly. So yeah, the NFTs are a separate entity, so to speak. But you can look at it as one giant wallet that all of you that own the NFT own part of. And so by doing that, you get all the benefits of being a giant whale, but only at $300 price of admission, so to speak. So yeah, it's a massive boost. And to further your point, um, those that are already in Detonator will also benefit massively from this NFT because it's a big deposit into the contract, and now that wallet, so to speak, is the largest whale in Detonator, but it's a good acting whale, which means by compounding more than claiming, it should theoretically help us hold the floor value of Detonator and that pool balance as well.
Gotcha. And then another question I have for you, AJ, is the zero point 0.2 to 0.25 yield that's on the NFTs. Is that yield being paid off of the price of the NFT? So for example, say someone purchases one of the NFTs, they will get paid quote unquote daily off of that zero point 0.2 to 0.25 off of that $300. Is that how that would work?
Yes, Mike, great point, bro. So yeah, all of our APRs are based on the dollar value. So yeah, it's based on again the mint price of 300. So again, if you're able to pick up an NFT on the secondary market for maybe a little less, then that makes your APR even higher. And again, if the markets recover, you could potentially be getting an insane APR based on dollar value because ETH could double, eShare could double or triple, who knows? So, yeah, all of it's variable. And again, I mean, I would love to get on here and say, this is what you're getting in APR every day,
But
but
it
we can't
varies.
predict, right? Exactly. We can't predict the future. And everything that we say, we try to be as conservative as possible. Again, we operate very differently than a lot of other DeFi protocols that talk about going to the moon and over promising and under delivering. But we want to have sustainable yield, and that's really important to us.
Yeah, yeah. And for people that don't know, you guys launched back in January. Is that correct? January this year?
Yeah, bro, we're going on our 1 year anniversary, and and yeah, I mean, we've never had an exploit. We've never had any downtime. We paid APR literally every minute of every day for the last 11 months, bro. So yeah, really, really powerful.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and kind of unpack. I think I got another question, and some people may have some in the community as we continue to go. But I want to let you go ahead and continue to unpack the NFTs.
Yeah, bro, no doubt. So let's get into some of the key benefits. Again, we kind of went over a lot of this already. Again, by utilizing the Win It Now button, you get an instant double. So essentially, that $1 million of investment into Detonator turns into a $2 million yield on the contract, and so that's massive. Again, every benefit that a whale would have uh, with a much lower price point. Um, you're also able to accumulate actual Ethereum. Again, that's another beautiful thing about EMP is that all of our rewards and exposure is in actual ETH. It's not, some made up token or, another different kind of mechanism. You're getting actual ETH. So it's Binance ETH or BEP20 Ethereum, not ERC20. But again, Binance, has the reserves one to one with that ETH. So um, that's another major benefit. It's pure passive. So again, like I said earlier, the number one complaint in Detonator is having to compound every day or claim. And so by going this route, you get your rewards literally every day. So there will be a new UI button that says claim rewards. You get that on a daily basis at the same time every day, and they will accumulate. So again, you could claim once a week or once a month or once a year, and those rewards will be there waiting for you. The other thing was the lottery tickets that we went over. Again, by doing this, you get an increased chance of this pool winning the lottery. And again, um, the way our lottery works is the lottery winnings are applied to your pool balance. So you're not able to dump on all of our heads if you win the lottery, but you're able to earn more over time. So the lottery is very powerful, and this could have a exponential effect on that wallet again that is representing the pool of all the NFTs. So that's massive. And then a few more things. So um, with the 5-2 strategy, it also is very beneficial to the actual holders in Detonator already. Again, this will help, set a nice floor of a pool balance as well, and allow us to go and move another leg up and get more LP in the Detonator overall. So um, we also will avoid the whale tax. So again, this is another major factor. So we specifically designed a whale tax in our protocol, and the reason that we do that with Detonator, again, there's no buying and selling taxes on EMP at all. That's another major point. But on Detonator, we do have a whale tax, and what this does, it prevents somebody from making a very large deposit into the contract and then withdrawing basically too much from that contract in too short amount of time. So but because we're compounding more than claiming, we are a good actor in the ecosystem. So therefore, we're able to avoid the whale tax that would otherwise be associated with that. So that's another major benefit. And then we'll also talk about superchargers as well here in the next section. But the last two here is again to invest in the detonator without having to worry about your time zone or when you have to claim or compound. And again, if you're not happy with your yield in detonator right now, once you're in, you're in. I mean, your capital is locked. So that is the risk that you take. But with the NFT, uh, you can sell at any time. So it adds liquidity to your position in Detonator. If you're not happy with the yield or you have to pay some bills, you can always just sell your NFT. And again, that's providing that there's liquidity on the secondary market. But even with our previous NFTs, we've had hundreds of thousands of dollars in buying and selling volume. So you should be able to again get your initial out, or at least close to, when you do sell the NFT.
Yeah, so one quick question on that. So, on the secondary market, would the NFTs be sold in BUSD the same way that they're purchased in, or would they be sold in one of the ecosystem tokens?
Yeah, so that's a great question. We have partnered with NFT Trade, or NF Trade. No, there's no two T's in the URL. It's a little confusing. But yeah, they are our secondary market partner, and all their transactions are done in BNB. So you buy the NFT in BUSD. Again, we do that just to maintain, the dollar value with BNB fluctuating. But any of the secondary market transactions will be in BNB.
Okay, okay. And then real quick, we got a question from Connie Lynn. She says, so the NFTs aren't split between 5 different wallets, and only one wallet would win the lottery. I'm guessing she meant all 5 wallets are combined into the overall NFT pool.
Yeah, so again, I may have misspoke there, and I apologize. But when I refer to the whale tax, I meant the overall pool. But yes, technically, we are breaking down the smart contract into 5 separate wallets. So again, by doing that, we maximize our yield. Now, we are working with the developer Jake. We may be able to do it in a way that it is one wallet, so that is subject to change, but the overall math and mechanisms are not going to change at all.
Okay, okay. And before we get to the EMP surcharges, I got a quick question. So, as we know, the NFTs can go up in value. The community controls the price of that. So, my question is, we know the yield goes off of what the NFTs are minted for, the $300. So, let's say, for example, the NFTs goes up to $1,000 per NFT for a floor price. Does the yield reflect on that, or does it stay at that same $300 is what it would be paid off of?
I love where your head's at, Mike. Yeah, bro. So yeah, it unfortunately it doesn't reflect. So
Okay.
again, you're gonna experience the price appreciation of the NFT, but the yield is still based on that initial $300 mint, because again, we can't have the money has to come from somewhere, and so the initial deposit is what the APR is calculated on. But on the flip side to that point, um, as EMP and ETH go back up, it's going to be more expensive to make LP and go into Detonator. So there could be an arbitrage opportunity where it pushes the floor price of the NFT up gradually as the price of EMP and ETH go up as well. So that's another really another great reason why you would want to get all these NFTs at the lowest price possible. And like you said, Mike, I mean, if nobody is selling these because they're so attractive, then yeah, you could see the floor price go very, very high.
Yeah, yeah. And so essentially, before we continue, the Defender NFTs is another utility EMPs added for investors that maybe want a little bit more inexpensive way to get into the ecosystem without having that kind of lockup period where they have to pull out over time to get their initial back.
100%, brother. Yep, exactly. And again, it's beneficial from the liquidity aspect of being able to sell your position, and the time or convenience factor of not having to interact every day. And so again, people like you that are familiar with DeFi, you may be able to get a little bit more yield doing it yourself. But again, it's that time versus convenience factor
Yeah.
of this NFT. And so again, and I know that we've been doing a lot at EMP. Um, some people think that we're trying to just raise a bunch of money, but really everything that we do is to benefit the ecosystem. So this has been a way for us through the NFTs to not only provide another way of earning, but also help the ecosystem overall. And this is where the superchargers play in as well. So we can go over that now. Is there any other questions before I go on?
Nope, nope. Go ahead, man.
All right, awesome, brother. Yeah, please feel free to interrupt me anytime. So, all right, so the superchargers are another awesome way that these benefit indirectly as well. So, 10% of all the detonator win it now deposits go to our treasury directly, and this happens anytime the win it now is activated. And why this is so important is because those funds are then used to go into yield producing assets. So again, if we sell out, say if, but when we sell out, that's $1 million uh, that is raised. That means $100,000 of this will be used to go into other yield producing assets, whether that's other DeFi protocols. I know we're working with a bunch behind the scenes now. Animal farm could be a great way to produce yield. Again, there's a lot of things on the table, but by doing this, we are able to then generate a yield on a daily basis because everybody says, we're below peg. Why don't you just spend the money to get back to peg today? And we could. I mean, we have uh, massive reserves where we could just spend the money and get to peg. But if we do that, then we provide exit liquidity for
Right.
all the bad actors. We're now the treasury is broke, and we really are in trouble when that happens. So the idea is rather than spending the $100,000 outright, we make it produce yield, and then we use that yield to buy and burn EMP every single day. And so we'll get to a point where the buying pressure far outweighs the selling pressure. And once that happens, that's when we recover peg. But not only do we recover peg, but we maintain peg. And that is really the ultimate goal of what we're putting together. So, and then the royalty as well. We mentioned that a little bit earlier. So with our partner NF Trade, there's a 5% fee, a royalty on every sale that will go to EMP. And again, that royalty is used to not only buy and burn EMP, but also to buy our own NFTs off the secondary market. So by
So,
doing that, yeah, we're always increasing the floor price as well.
so
Sorry, go
quick
ahead. Yeah.
question. No, no, no. Quick question on that. So when that secondary sale comes in from the NFT marketplace, how often will the buyback and the burn for EMP? How often would that be like a once a week thing? Would it be like a threshold that it has to hit for that to happen, or how would that be implemented?
Yep, no doubt. So it'll be more of a threshold. Again, I mean, it depends on the volume. If we use Sentinel Squadron, which is our first NFT, again, to touch on that real fast, we did a very similar, almost the exact same thing previously, about a month ago in our Reactor contract. So this is a proven concept of how we're doing this and generating the yield. But that NFC was the largest independent mint on Binance Smart Chain history. So yeah, there you go, bro. We raised $1.5 million with that, and this was a partnership with MDB as well. But my point is that yes, we're able to use the royalty to do buybacks, and so we've seen $200,000 of volume on the secondary market, which has been again about 10 grand that we've been able to accumulate in 1 month, and we've used about half of that to buy and burn EMP, and the other half to buy NFTs. When we see the floor price is getting lower, we use that to scoop up a lot of the free NFTs on the market.
Well said, well said. So a couple people are asking, which we're about to get to right now, is the key details. So they're talking about AJ, why only 333 for the NFTs? Because we know the demand for the last one went out really fast. So
Yeah, bro, no doubt. So again, I know that coming up on the holidays and the horrible bear market that we're in, we we want to make sure that we drive demand. That we again we're always about under promising and over delivering, and we want to give our community, the opportunity to get these. So we are a little bit lower on the total supply. Um, this will be it. We're not going to add additional. Maybe down the road, we would do a whole different artwork and a whole different launch that has some of the same benefits. But we really just wanted to make this about our community, and the artwork reflects that. So there'll be a total of 11 different NFTs that will be randomly generated. They don't have different traits, um, but they have, again, 11 different pieces of artwork. And so with that, we're also trying to encourage everybody to try and own the entire set. So as you go, maybe you want to pick up one of these 11 that you didn't get in the mint, or and then once you have a full set of this, all 11, there will be additional perks for you in our ecosystem. So the yield will all be the same. Again, we don't want to give any special advantage to anybody, but if you have an entire set of all 11, you will get access to pre-sales or early opportunities within EMP as well. So yeah, 3,333 again at $300. That's an even $1 million that we're looking to raise. So that was another reason why we settled on 3333. And then the mint start will be December 13th at 8 a.m. Eastern or 1 p.m. UTC. Um, Again, that's for the public mint, but we will be doing a pre-sale as well, and I would love to give your community a chance of winning one of those spots. So we'll run that at the end. There's some examples as well of the artwork. So they're very community focused. Again, we want it to be fun and playful with the illustrations, but they all represent inside jokes. So some of our community members or inside jokes or things that are relevant to EMP. So there is no maximum. It will be open for 48 hours only. And then again, all that artwork will be randomly distributed. We'll have a mint page on EMP Money hashtag /defender. You will be paid out in EMP ETH, and you will get the payout daily. So anything on that you want me to go over, Mike?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory unless anyone from the community has any questions regarding that.
I did see a question pop up that I got to send you a Sentinel, bro. You got to get a Sentinel
Yeah,
NFT.
I don't have a
Yeah, I love it, man. Yeah,
when I kind of got to the hype, man, they were all kind of sold out, so it was too late.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Well, I'll take care of you out of my personal wallet, bro.
Oh
I gotta
man, I
get you one.
appreciate that,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. So all right. So yeah. So again, with the pre-sale, this is the last little bit here. And then we'll take some questions. And we can wrap it up. I literally had 8 AMAs today, so
Yeah,
it's been a whirlwind tour for me, man.
yeah.
So
LA stacked you up big time.
she did, bro. We love LA. LA is our team. That's a team member in charge of marketing. So
Yeah, she was awesome.
yeah, she was. She got my schedule full. So all right. So again, the pre-sale is an opportunity for you to get all 11 of these unique characters. So this is the only way to guarantee that you're getting the one of each. Again, they'll be randomly distributed, and you could potentially buy whatever one you would need to fill your collection off the secondary market. But if nobody's willing to sell that particular one, then there is no way you get all of them unless you're in the pre-sale. So again, it's going to be the only opportunity guarantee. It starts to our VIP group December 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then there'll be a public pre-sale, which again I'll give you. We'll give away 2 of those to your community. I'll have LA follow up with you on the details, but that public pre-sale will begin 12 hours later, December 12th at 8 a.m. and it's $3,333 for the entire 11 set collection, and it is a $3 premium on those than the mint price, but we're also giving away a ton of value and that $3 premium will go towards the giveaway. So if we're able to sell between 100,000 and 300,000, we'll be giving away a total of $1,000. Again, only eligible for those that participate in the pre-sale, and then so on and so forth. So 3,000 to 600,000. I'm sorry, 300,000, 600,000. We give away another $1,000, and if we mint out the entire series, we give away three. So again, plenty of prizes to be had, and who knows? I mean, again, if you buy multiple of the pre-sale, you could maybe have some arbitrage in selling, those NFTs on the secondary market as well. So we're excited. We've had a lot of people from our community say that they want to buy multiple sets. So we may get to a point where the public mint, is even more limited, and if that's the case, then that's great for us and our ecosystem. So
Yeah.
absolutely, bro. Yeah.
And how soon will the NFTs be available on the secondary market? Will it be available once it's minted, or will it take a little bit for everything to go into effect?
Yeah, great question. So the availability on the secondary market will be immediately after the public mint. So as soon as the public mint starts, all the NFTs will be distributed. I mean, again, to be safe, let's just say a 12-hour window to make sure that we distribute all of them. But it will be pretty much immediately, and rewards will start, shortly thereafter. So we do have to integrate all these in the smart contracts. So we've been saying conservatively that you will start to be able to earn within 14 days of the mint. However, Jake, our developer, he's a legend, and for the Sentinel Squadron NFTs, we were producing yield within 48 hours. So
Nice.
pretty amazing. Yeah.
Right. So, worst case scenario for anyone getting the Defender NFTs, they can expect to start earning that yield within 14 days.
Correct, sir. Yep, absolutely.
Okay. And so, for the people that may have missed it at the beginning, the yield now, with the yield, is there going to be like a minimum? Because I know you said it's going to be around zero point 0.2 to 0.25. So, will that be like a minimum of zero point 0.1 up to 0.25, or how would that work, AJ?
Yeah, totally. So again, we've been super careful on what we're saying as far as APR, and really, it just depends on the price of ETH. So as of right now, that zero point 0.2 to 0.25 APR daily, that is again based on current ETH and EMP value. So if God forbid we see another leg down, it would decrease the APR slightly as well. But that's very healthy for the ecosystem. Again, the APR is solely based on the health of the ecosystem. So we don't want to say, this massive APR that we're not able to actually deliver on. We'd rather it be variable, so that you're at least getting something. And it goes the other way. I mean, if ETH blows up, we see some major positive sentiment, and ETH doubles in the next few months, then the APR would theoretically double as well.
Gotcha, gotcha. And because of the defenders giving out EMP and ETH LP token, if any one of those shoots up in price, that will affect the yield per se in a positive or negative way, depending on
100%.
what it's doing.
Yep, that was a great explanation. You made it a lot more simple than I just said. But yeah, 100%, bro. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and too with that, a lot of people are worried about impermanent loss.
Yeah.
But when one token goes up and the other one doesn't, but because we are pegged to Ethereum in the code, that 4,000 to one, even if we had EMP go back to peg tomorrow, a 50% gain on or 100% gain rather on EMP itself, that would only be a 6% impermanent loss. So because our tokens are pegged to each other, you have very, very minimal impermanent loss as well. So
Awesome, awesome. And I got another question for you as well, AJ. We got about 10 to 15 minutes, give or take. So if you got questions, go ahead and ask it now.
yeah, man, no doubt. I can hang out again. We're on the AMA train today. But yeah, by all means, bro, let's take some questions.
So a question I had, and this comment kind of made me lose my train of thought. Vino Mystic subtitle Liquid Death sponsor, not a sponsor, man, but it's pretty good. Have you had
I
this,
love it.
AJ? The Liquid
I
Death
have,
water?
bro. Yeah, man, you gotta love that. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I gotta. Today I haven't eaten or drank anything. I gotta drink
Oh
some
man,
after the AMA, bro. Yeah. So.
absolutely. So a question I had, and I'm trying to see if I can remember this correctly. Oh man, lost my train of thought. Thanks, Vino Mystic.
Yeah, he distracted you. No worries,
um,
bro. We can get to it. Yeah.
man, it was something regarding the NFTs. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it was. So I know there's a lot of times you like to give out alpha based off of different strategies. So from a
Totally.
new person that's thinking about getting into EMP, what would you say? How could they utilize those Defender NFTs? And of course, none of this is financial advice, but these are just different scenarios that could be done within the ecosystem.
I love it, Mike. Again, bro, you and I are on the same page, man. It's about how to maximize yield. So yeah, that is another amazing part of this NFT. Is that for new users that maybe haven't had exposure to EMP, this is an incredible way to get in and then learn how our ecosystem works. So the one of our community members coined the phrase. Uh, uh, Earn while you learn.
Yeah.
So yeah, we love to again get people educated, and again that's another thing that makes us different. Um, we don't we would much rather have an educated investor than just somebody aping in to the protocol. So, but to your point, so um, we always say to either to start on the farm, but now that we have these NFTs, this is essentially uh, another version of the farm. So we would say go into the NFT or the farm. We'll talk about the NFT specifically based on what you asked. And so, yeah, you would take the EMP ETH LP that you earn from the NFTs, and then you could then put that EMP ETH LP on your farm on your own or into Detonator on your own as well, accumulating another position in Detonator and accumulating lottery tickets of your own that you could potentially win with. And all the while, you're still earning ETH the entire time. So, again, the idea is that not only are you getting a reward, but you're getting rewarded in an LP pair that makes you more money holding it than breaking it and selling it. So yeah, it's massive for the economics. I mean, again, we provide every incentive to earn on top of earn rather than just taking profit.
Yeah, yeah. And the detonator pays you out. It's EMP and ETH LP in, EMP ETH out. And then the detonator, I mean, not the detonator, I just said the detonator pays you out that. And then the defender also pays you out the same thing. And
Correct.
David had a pretty good question. I mean, not question, but statement here. He says, I have a healthy position in the detonator. However, I'll still be getting a complete set of the detonator defender NFTs so I can use the EMP ETH LP admission slowly to feed my farm for e-share.
I
And
love it.
and then
Yeah,
he goes on to say, AJ, and focus on compounding and redepositing my detonator rewards to keep building my position. Because remember, it's up to 365% as long as you keep compounding.
yeah, 100%, bro. And again, that is the next level strategies that we always talk about in our community. We have an incredible community. David there is an OG. And yeah, we're always sharing, different ideas, different strategies. Like you said earlier, we never give financial advice, but we always talk about, how to maximize, the game theory and the economics of what we have built. And yeah, man, and that's super powerful because not only do you get everything that David just said, but you're accumulating actual Ethereum this the entire time.
Yep.
So again, you have a massive bag of ETH, that's working for you. And again, I'm fully doxxed. Again, my full name is AJ Brockman. As you can see as well, I'm in a wheelchair, and I've never let that hold me back. Um, but my point to all that is, again, I've made millions of dollars in crypto. I've had major success both inside and outside of crypto. And the number one way I've accumulated my wealth was by allowing my crypto to work for me. So that same sort of concept at EMP is again allowing your Ethereum to work for you and make you more Ethereum, and that is the ultimate goal of what we're producing for sure, bro.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well said, well said. And so, if you don't have any other questions, I'll give AJ the floor if you want to say anything, any last words to anyone that may need to know more about EMP. Also, their website, their Twitter, and their Telegram will is in the description. So definitely check that out as well. And then we got a good friend of mine, like a brother from another mother, Scott the investor, says AJ is a legend. Uh,
Oh, right on, bro. Yeah,
and
I
honest,
appreciate the love, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah.
yeah, and you got a lot of that actually, man. The community loves you, man. You're definitely known as one of the top devs in the DeFi space, man. So again, I want to say thanks for coming on to just share what's coming on with the NFT. Because one thing, as me and you know, we kind of talked about just being transparent. One thing, like when I
For
first got
sure.
into the detonator, is I was like, man, I like the detonator, but I dislike that the yield is so low. But as I started to understand the ecosystem more and understand what you guys are after, it's done that way for longevity, for sustainability, for to
Totally.
keep paying out. And so it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. And again, I appreciate your support, both inside and outside of crypto. Again, I feel the love, man. So, and again, it's an honor to be here. Again, a fan of your channel. We all go back, Drip Maxis. I'm an original Drip whale. Unfortunately, Drip is looking a little rough right now. It's about diversifying and really being in the protocols, that allow you to build your bags. And, like you said, I know, a lot of people may be a little discouraged on PEG or not the sexiest yield, but I can promise you that we're built for longevity. You can kind of go to bed at night and not worry about, if your money is going to be there tomorrow. We have almost a 1 year track record now, and I take it very seriously, bro. Like, you know,
Especially in DeFi.
yeah, totally, man. Totally. And I knew getting into EMP, you know, I wanted EMP to be a protocol that if I was an investor, I would want to be a part of. And so that's what we build our ethos and mentality around. And our community is literally the most amazing community in crypto. I know a lot of protocols say that, um, but we're always willing to help. We're never gonna call you stupid or get mad for asking questions. And even me, like I love the hard questions. Like Mike, for sure, bro. Like when we were talking, about yield and how all the system works. Like I love that people are critical of what we're doing, and that's what matters because a lot of those criticisms can turn into a positive development for the ecosystem. So I'm always open to feedback as long as people bring a solution with their complaint and not just fudding. That really, really helps. So, but yeah, man, again, I appreciate your time, bro. This NFT is going to blow up. We're really excited. I think there's a lot of demand. Um, and again, we're always building at EMP. So make sure you get involved and keep an eye on us as we continue to deliver. So absolutely, bro.
Man, so there you have it from the man himself, AJ, lead dev and founder of EMP Money. So again, thanks for coming on. If you came in late, the playback will be available. Just give it a few minutes, and hopefully I can have AJ on again. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
All right, Mike. Sounds good, brother. We'll talk soon.
All right.